Welcome to my Black Friday / Cyber Monday sale. Let's get right to it. I have notes because there's a lot of things on this list. Number one, I guess maybe I should mention, these are all courses specifically for wedding photographers, and it is every course, including all of my presets, including all of my downloads, like my contract, pricing templates, and a bunch of other things also included. Number one on the list, this is a big list, by the way. Advanced Wedding Photography Marketing. What Advanced Wedding Photography Marketing is it gives you the 3 pillars that you need to really take your business to the next level. The content within this course isn't necessarily, I guess it can be used if you're in your first year just starting to book weddings, but what it's really designed for is to take your business from something that is kind of successful to something that is wildly successful, and it gives you the 3 keys that you need to know in order to do that. Booking more elopements. This is a course that came out earlier this year when the entire wedding industry obviously has changed quite a lot. So this course came out, I believe, in August or maybe early September, and it is all about booking elopements, which is essentially kind of micro weddings now. Book More Weddings 1, 2, I guess 3, 4 as well. So what Book More Weddings is, all these courses are completely different standalone courses that come with a variety of downloads, and just, they're all, basically if you've been watching this video 2 Black Fridays ago, you would have been getting an offer to maybe buy one of these courses for $179. Now you're getting all of them included. What they are is a yearly recap of what's working in the industry and how to market your business going forward. The last one that I released, 2020, which obviously the year went a little bit different, but basically what it does is it gives you a number of different tools and pathways to create new booking opportunities in your local area. Again, we're wedding photographers, so we're all working in our local area. We're not in competition together. That you can go out and you can use all these things in your local area and do very well with them, and I will be happy to hear those success stories. Next one up, creating profitable YouTube videos. So essentially what this is I've kind of structured the content on this site that you'll have access to in 3 different pillars. The first pillar being the technical skills, so off-camera flash and whatnot for wedding photographers. The second pillar being wedding photography business education, which is kind of the main thing, that just booking weddings and getting on preferred vendor lists and maximizing your referrals, that type of thing. That's the main silo that a lot of these courses are about. And then the third silo is based on essentially my dream life is having unlimited time freedom and flexibility, location independence essentially. So these courses, such as creating profitable YouTube videos, is focused on actually getting paid to travel, and at the beginning creating break-even trips. And travel might sound like a weird word to you right now, but I promise that industry, when the world starts to recover, that is an industry that's going to be investing a lot into getting people to come out and produce content. So if you're ahead of the curve there and you know who to talk to, you're going to be in a very good situation. So creating profitable YouTube videos is along that line. 5 behind the scenes wedding days. You've probably, maybe you haven't, but I do a lot of these on YouTube. There are 5 additional ones that you have access to as soon as you sign up. Next up, another huge course. I would say that I think any of these courses are worth the entire price of admission. I would say that this one is one that has transformed the most number of businesses that, at least when I'm hearing back from people, the one course that really did help them. How to make a wedding highlight film. So this is from the perspective of a photographer that is interested in doing both photography and video coverage at a wedding on the same wedding day. So you can do it as one human being. You can go to a wedding, you can do a highlight film, and you can also do photography coverage. It's nice to have a second to work with, but it's not something that is absolutely required. This is basically what transformed my business from one that was kind of like, it was going pretty well, to something that was going really exceptionally well by offering both photo and video in-house and not subcontracting out to somebody else. You're, 1, releasing a lot of your own anxiety. You don't have to rely on anyone else. And 2, you just basically position yourself as the only person in your city that's able to offer that service. So if you do start with one course and you're interested in video at all, I would recommend starting with this course. Next up, hybrid photo plus video coverage at weddings. This is a follow-up that I did, I guess, not necessarily an amendment, but an addition to the course that I put out, the How to Make Wedding Highlight Film. The hybrid photo video course is content that came out in January, so it's kind of fresh and new. Next up, client meetings. Initial client meetings, you have access to a few of those. So you're able to hear exactly what I talk about on wedding days and how I don't do hard sales. It feels weird. I just never really got into that, I guess. You'll see exactly how I sell my packages and how I book weddings. Next up, Introverts Guide to Wedding Photography Posing. Getting into the wedding photography industry, I'm very introverted. 2, I was very young and I was just socially uncomfortable and not sure of myself, especially when I'm like 19, 20 and I'm working with couples that are maybe 29, 30. That's a significant age gap. So I had to figure out a system that worked for me, and to my knowledge, it's not something that's really being taught online right now. It's really everything that I know about posing and how to pose in a way that doesn't feel uncomfortable for me. And I guess it's also not really posing. It's like just kind of taking images and trying to get people to go from showing up being uncomfortable. If you're attracting your ideal clients, you're probably attracting clients that are similar to you. So a lot of my clients that show up and my couples are really, really uncomfortable with the idea, or at least one of them is. Maybe one of them's like, this will be fun. The other one's like, I don't know. This is how to bridge the gap from that uncomfortable section to actually just being themselves and being natural in front of the camera. Next up, my Lightroom presets collection. This is every single preset for Lightroom that I have ever developed. This goes back a couple of years now, and they are the presets that I use today. The 2020 pack came out earlier this year, and those are the presets that I am using on my weddings as well as my micro weddings this year. Make money with your photos and make money with your travel and landscape photography. These again are in that third silo of learning to travel and to create those break-even trips when it's safe and possible to travel again. This is going to position you in a way that you're actually able to go out and you're able to make money on the road. Like if you want to do a trip, there are a number of different ways that you can make that trip break even or even become profitable. My dream was just to be able to go places and to have that self-fund itself, and this is kind of all about that and different ways to do that. There are still more courses. The members only Facebook group, that's not really a course, but you can come into our members only Facebook group that's only available for members of the website. The micro wedding sales guide for photographers. Micro weddings obviously a huge thing. This came out 2 months ago, and this year really did change a lot of things for the industry. So this is how to sell more micro weddings and how to just naturally attract them online as well. And that is not even all. There are even more. Off-camera flash for wedding photographers. This is my off-camera flash strategy. Again, I don't think it's one that many people, if any, are teaching online. It is very much like you don't bring soft boxes, you don't set up advanced lighting, you bring one flash on a stick and you're able to just work with the environment that you're given in order to create great images. I think as a wedding photographer, it is really mission critical to us to learn and understand how to do that without having an obtrusive light just kind of like popping off in the corner and blinding guests or whatever it might be. So this is my strategy for keeping it a little more low key overall. The ongoing social content business model is a course that came out last month, and it is about basically going into businesses every single month and creating an ongoing subscription style business. What that means is that you go to the same restaurant every month or maybe every other month and you shoot a lot of content for them. You try to fill their calendar, 30, 60 images if you're there every other month, 30 images if you're there every month, and just basically give them something to post every day. The last video in this course actually is kind of how to parlay this from being maybe a $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month style job collectively if you're doing this for a few different places into something that's maybe a $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 job per month. And I've actually seen this done, and I'm going to be making a video about that in the near future because somebody's doing very, very well with this. And they sent me an email to be like, hey, by the way, this really, really works and has changed my life. So that's really cool. Next up, a few more 3-hour wedding photography workshop. This year, obviously, very difficult to get a lot of people in a room to learn about wedding photography, so I have released this online so you have instant access to my 3-hour wedding photography workshop. My wedding photography contract, the one that I actually use, obviously I'm here in Canada. If you live somewhere else in the world, please have a lawyer check this over. Even if you're in Canada, please have a lawyer check this over based on your specific situation and the style of business that you're running. Also included, my wedding photography email templates. These are the templates that I use to communicate with couples. The wedding photo checklist, this is my photo checklist for the entire wedding day. All of the nice to have images based on what I would call kind of my most typical style wedding. And then the last one, my wedding photography pricing template. It is the actual one that I'm using, as well as it includes videos to explain all the decisions that I made. And it's a template that you can download and you can edit and you can use. Just change out the images to be your own images. That's my only request. That's the Black Friday sale. That was a lot. Usually I try to tell stories, but this was just like all what you're getting because it's a lot and I felt that the video was long enough as it is. So thanks for watching, and I can pretty much guarantee you, especially after you've heard all that this is absolutely 100% the best deal in wedding photography education, bar none. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you inside. And if you do sign up, please come over to our members only Facebook group. There is so much great information there and lots of people helping each other. It's a very collaborative environment. I've been in some Facebook groups where everybody just hates each other. They're trying to win. This group is the opposite, which I really do enjoy. So everybody's good people. And looping back to the hybrid photo plus video creation at weddings, I'm gonna say it's probably the most highest density of people that are doing both photography and video coverage on a wedding day. So if you have any questions with that, there's always a lot of people there to help out and to make your life a little bit easier. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click that link below and sign up before Monday at midnight. That's all. I never know how to end videos, so it stops now.